Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Today we've got the Monday Night Wars Build-A-Figure series. I'm not exactly too sure, to be honest with you, as I'm not following the Monday Night Wars series too heavily. But we've got the re-release Stunning Steve Austin, and I'm pretty excited to get into this one, though it won't be staying in this final form, I guess you could say. I figured I'd at least review it before I end up turning this into a custom. Who will it be? I may tease that by the end of the video, though I do kind of want to give that custom its own little video once I do have it complete. But yeah, there's no plastic prison, so why don't we just jump straight into this action figure review? As you can tell, he does not come with a whole lot of accessories, though I did get this figure fully accessoried up nonetheless, so I am pretty stoked about that. But you can tell he's got 3 sets of interchangeable hands, a set of mic/weapon holding hands, a set of pointer finger hands, and a set of open palm you can't see me hands for whatever reason. I'm not gonna exactly understand why. But then we also have this nice $1 million championship, which barely fits around the waist of a lot of people. Might as well just wrap it around the shoulder. But yeah, that's pretty much all the accessories. I don't think he came with anything else. But without further ado, why don't we get into the Stunning Steve himself, which, kind of just like his Stone Cold Steve Austin variation. If you guys couldn't tell, yes, that is Stone Cold before he was Stone Cold. We've got a fairly basic formula here, nothing super major. We've got a nice looking head scan nonetheless, redone with the new True Effects technology, because if I recall correctly, I want to say this figure was at least made before the True Effects. I know he was made during the single jointed arm era, so now getting him re-released for the double jointed armed era is quite nice. Might pick up a second variation of this just to have it, if I'm gonna be honest, because I'm kind of digging this figure, even though I didn't grow up during the era of Stunning Steve. Having some other variations of Stone Cold before he was Stone Cold is always going to be something I'm kind of interested in. And well, sadly, yes, I did mainly buy this for a custom. But yeah, this head scan is looking pretty nice. I can't complain. Especially knowing he looked pretty much just like this during the era. I will say maybe the head is a bit overly bald, but I don't know, he was balding quite heavily during this era. You've got a single black elbow pad, you got some nice white wrist tape, some dark green trunks, which, to be honest, for green, quite nice. I'm not gonna sit here and act like they aren't. You've got some basic black knee pads and some white boots with black stars on both boots, not just one or the other, which, did you really expect anything else? Of course, as far as the articulation goes, I did check this before starting the review, so I know this figure can pose quite well, which is a good thing, because the figure I plan on turning this into might be someone who gets used in the Fed one of these days, so I don't really want the figure to not pose well. And even then, I do plan on making a little bit of modifications so I can turn this into at least somewhat of a perfect formula for the custom I am making. But nonetheless, why don't I just shut the hell up though, and we can maybe get into a little bit of action figure comparisons, and then maybe get into a little bit of a final pose, and just kind of go over how I like the figure and stuff of that nature. Alrighty, you guys, getting into a little bit of an action figure comparison here. We've got Stone Cold Steve Austin's Monday Night Wars Ultimate Edition and his Monday Night Wars Stunning Steve Austin Elite Edition over here. Both fairly phenomenal figures, I'd say. Of course, the new Ultimate Stone Cold, especially on this new formula, is a god-tier figure, almost a damn near perfect figure in my opinion. I think the only thing we missed out on was them including a second version of this new knee brace here, but you know, that's besides the point. We are mainly here for this Steve Austin, and yeah, in action figure comparison, not a bad comparison of like a young to more modern slash like obviously young to old. But with all that being said, why don't we get into the final pose and we can get into how I feel about this stunning Steve Austin. Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got stunning Steve in his final pose here, we've got him hitting the $1 million dream, or you know, holding the $1 million dream since it is a submission hold on Bam Bam Bigelow, the Coliseum Collections Ultimate Edition here. And honestly, all I can really say is at the end of the day, this figure is actually pretty damn fire. I will say maybe it could have been retouched up in aspects. Maybe instead of giving us the exact same figure they gave us back in the day, they could have at least swapped the gear. But honestly, I don't even know. Did this guy wear like glue tights at all? Beats me. I couldn't fucking tell you. But what I can tell you is the fact that honestly, if you are looking to get a stunning Steve Austin, I think this is probably your best bet. I don't think we got any other stunning Steve Austins. So, well, actually, we did get the one that has like the matching gear with the newly released Brian Pillman from the like Hollywood Blonde days. But yeah, you know, other than that, this figure is fairly plain Jane. I can't really say all that much about it. I will say it now. Sorry if you do hear my dog barking. My girlfriend has been trying to get the house cleaned up as I've been recording it, so the dog's kind of locked up in the kennel right now. I think I can hear her actually letting him out, so I guess he won't be barking too much anymore throughout the review. I don't think he has at all just yet, which is kind of funny. Almost 10 minutes deep and he let off a couple of little squeakers there, but meh, whatever at this rate. Already too deep to want to stop now. So I guess on that note, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would I rank this figure? Honestly, I think I'm gonna give him a good solid 7. Maybe, yeah, no, honestly, a good solid 7 I think will do. Just because it's not like this figure really has a whole lot going for it, which I think is kind of the appeal here, at least for me. Not a whole lot I have to get rid of, replace, whatever, etc. because the custom I'm making already wears white wrist tape. I just need to find another small elbow pad. Maybe replace the knee pads, even though the bigger ones are accurate. I want to see if I have a set of decent sized ones that'll kind of match the size, but will, you know, help on posing. And then I do gotta swap the boots, and I'm still sadly waiting for the head scan, but I did get the decals. So yeah, either way, this figure definitely serves its purpose for me. I might actually have to say F it and grab another one of this guy. Honestly, just like the Legends AJ Styles in the retro gear, I definitely should try to consider copying that one of these days. But, well, another one just so I can actually have that figure for my collection. But either way, I digress. On the Dave Meltzer star rating end of things, the good old 1 to 5 star, the good old 1 to Young Buck match, what would I have to rank this on a scale of 1 to 5 stars? I gave him a good solid 3. Yeah, 3. A good solid 7 out of 10. So spoiler alert, I'm gonna give him a good solid 3 out of 5 stars. But with all that being said, I guess if you guys liked the video, feel free to like the video. And if you guys did not like the video, well, womp womp, I guess. But if you guys did like the video and you guys would like to, feel free to go check out some of my other content. I'm sure you guys may be wondering a little bit as to my most recent post, which was actually a pick fed release. It is Randy Orton versus Kenny Omega from my very first joint show called Wrestle Dynasty with BZW Fed, another man who I'm going to be working with again here soon if I haven't announced it already. I can't recall. And I want to say like 4 other content creators like TCW. I want to say the one guy's name is like MTWC or MTCW. I can't fucking remember exactly off the top of my head. And I don't have Instagram on this phone, at least my toy channel Instagram. So I couldn't exactly tell you everybody who was in it off the top of my head, because I'm very shit at remembering names, especially off the cut. But yeah, this was a part of a joint show I did, including it as a part of the UK tour, because I technically filmed it on like the first night of the UK tour. Like I was in the middle of transitioning from the first to the second night. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, feel free. More BZW, DDW collaborations to come here soon after I, finish the United Kingdom tour, which will be coming back in full effect here soon. In fact, I'm actually working on cleaning the arena up just so I can swap it around, and actually, have a unique setup for night 4, kind of like I have for BZW X DDW Worlds Collide, which is, the collab show I was talking about. Anywho, I've kind of rambled on enough about that. Speaking of other content, I've got more pig-fed content, more action figure reviews, Ultimate Editions, Elites, AEW figures, everything else in between except for basics and battle packs, as I'm not really going to go out of my way to review a basic figure, really. Sorry, not sorry. But if you do find yourself deep enough, you may see I do make unboxings, so feel free to go check out some of my unboxing videos or just some of my other random videos that I do have within the realm of YouTube. But yeah, I guess on that note, if you guys already plan on checking out some of my other content, if you guys could, feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe. I'm not going to play the small finger violin, or well, no, that's for the money. Play the small finger violin as you hear In the Arms of the Angels. I'm not asking you to donate money, though maybe here sometime in the future it'd be nice if we could get some of our followers to donate even just $1, just because, $1 a day may help fund this action figure review session, or well, at least maybe like one a month. If 20 of you guys gave me $1, I'd have just about enough to buy a brand new Elite, at least considering the new tariff increases. So they're probably like $25 base price now. So, let's actually just say 30, because at that rate, I'd have enough to get that figure and maybe have enough to buy myself a soda afterward. But for right now, I ain't charging people shit, because I'm honestly too lazy to figure out a way to set up like a way to get paid. And even if I could, who's to say YouTube would actually, give me a good percentage of money? Either way, that's for when we hit 1,000 subscribers, if I recall. We are not there yet. We are at 408 subscribers right now. Still a fantastic number nonetheless. We did just hit 400 the other day. So I am technically in the middle of providing that special for you guys right now, as this figure is going to get turned into that custom. I plan on revealing for the 400 subscribers special. And well, I never grabbed the decals so I could show you guys, but my fault. Either way, on that note, have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I'm not in your time zone, but if I were, would I enjoy my time? Maybe, maybe not. But on that note, deuces, yeet.
Mr. Kennedy!